What's going to be the play against this? What's their answer?
And they get to the back lines. Ori's just being a sniper.
He's straight in. Jump away with a Who Stomp. He's immediately on top of the Drow. There's no buyback. EA went in on the BKB budgets. They'll lose the Witch Doctor. Dark does have the buyback. But Yang just able to walk in, blink on top of the Drow, and Old Chicken's gone. So direct. Yang again, nearly getting another jump onto Dark. Dark will be able to cancel the Who Stop with a paralyzing cast. From the Drow, placement not great from Old Chicken. Doesn't have money for buyback. And suddenly there are racks up now. The lead was already there, of course, for Vici Gaming, but now it's even greater.
If you get caught by one disable without that BKB, so much damage can come out. There's just way too much burst from Vici, and that was kind of a freebie for them.
I don't think, Vici Gaming expected the siege to be as easy as that was. Yang making it look very simple.
He just feels so, he feels so free, right? As the Centaur, he's so tanky. He doesn't have to worry about anyone. Like, they don't have to worry about the other frontliner. That's what we keep reiterating over and over again is Keen. Their fight, how do they start the fight? The puck has to pretty much just blindly go in and start the fight, but they don't really have the team fight to back it up, as we were talking about too. Vici just has, they have their bases covered. And they even got defensive items now too. We have DY has a full Glimmer, Fade after that Blink and that Aether has a Force Staff. While we look at Keen, Dark, of course, is going to be poor on the Witch Doctor because he is buying all the wards, but Kaka has to go for Blink. He has to go for these other plays. They can't actually have any defensive items to try to save their Drow. The Drow is the one with the defensive capabilities with the Hurricane Pike.
We can see as well how good of a game Yang is having.
Yeah.
Started off with that top lane where they're absolutely beasting it.
They have Serpent Wards up again in 4 seconds, and they still have their Aegis. They're keeping this one ranged creep alive up top right now.
With the MKB on Ori, they have all the punching power required to take the sort of fight, break into that high ground.
They have mid pushing in now as well, so they have an extra creep wave. Yang's actually just looking to hunt. The scan was successful. Picks up a full pipe now, and they're just going to go. They're just going to go onto that high ground soon.
And Dagon is there on Yi, but against this pipe aura and these tanky heroes, it's not going to do a whole lot unless he can find Ori. But even then, with the BKB, Ori's going to be quick to respond.
I mean, Ori's just had, he's had a really free time in this game. He's 6-0 and 10, but it doesn't feel like he's been super involved. He's been getting the cleanup kills from his team. He's just been getting the Assassin HT to clean up or just sitting in the back and peeping away. And he's got a full MKB. He's going to be hurting so much. And
there's the jump again. Instantly in with the Who Stomp. They find that puck. The initiation, the jumps from Vici Gaming, they're getting away with it every single time. Response is just not quick enough from King Gaming, and they don't have the heroes to withstand this sort of aggression.
They're going for the wraparound here. They're trying to find Ori. He's gone.
What they're going to do, but again, the Hex is out. Kaka, he's got a blade mail, but he just gets melted. That's a dead Doom, a dead Wind Ranger, and a dead Witch Doctor. No buybacks available on either Kaka or Dark. As Vici Gaming up to the high ground, another tier 3 tower taken. The mid-racks exposed. There was a buyback from Yi and Old 11, but trying to defend just 3 versus 5, they have to be so careful about doing so. Any sort of jump from either Yang or Fade is just an instant kill for Vici Gaming.
They were waiting for Ori to heal up. He backed up and actually life stole off some jungle creeps for now. He's back to full health after being doomed. 11's trying to get a wraparound here.
Yeah, he's going to have to put the BKB and run himself away. It's Paparazzi already with the static link. It's going to shut down any potential that Old 11 has in the mid. Again, Old Chicken just gets collapsed upon.
No BKB.
He's getting jumped every single time. He does at least have the money for the buyback, and Fortification is there. 15 seconds and Kike will have the full line of backup. Yi jumps in, 3-man Dream Coil. Do they have the follow-up? The Crimson Guard pop. Kaka's just trying to walk into the midst of it all with the Blade Mail. Fade falling low, but they've lost Old 11. The Wind Ranger's dead. Kaka's gone as well. Old Chicken pots the BKB, tries to go for the silence, but he's doing no damage at all. The Crimson Guard buff, keeping the Razor fine and safe to allow him to dive in. Paparazzi's BKB's back up. The Sniper's dead. They're all dying. Dark's gone. They'll find the whole team. GG is called. Vici Gaming take game 2 and take the series. Once again, a very, very dominant showing from them. They just seem to have Keen Gaming's number. Keen Gaming tried something a little different in this game with the Wind Ranger. Was pretty good in the lane, but from that point onwards, it was entirely Vici Gaming's control.
I mean, Fade just ran around and made play everywhere. That top lane, Fade and Yang just completely blew this game open. Got, Arcane Boots at the, pre-5 minute mark, gets level 6 pre-10 minutes. The first move from the puck gets completely halted because Shadow Shaman's already level 6. They just drop Serpent Wards and stop all the aggression. It was a clean game from Vici, a clean series.
It really was. As you say, just Fade, just bringing it out here on the main stage, showing us what he can do. So many plays and setups beginning because of him. Yang as well, stepping it up. He had a bit of a rocky series the other day, of course, on his profit, but coming in today, giving us 2 very solid performances on the off lane, which made it, I mean, that game as well. Keen, as I say, they tried something a little different. It was still a drow sort of orator effect, but they didn't have any way to sort of get in on the fights. Nobody could afford being jumped on as they were. They just died.
They had some tough initiation. Yang got the perfect game, and it really did feel like a perfect Centaur game. He could literally just run rampant inside of it and just charge, and Stampede we saw what uses it could use versus a Drow Ranger.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. This final series of the day ending 2-0 for Vici Gaming. Though not King Gaming down and out. Vici will move forward as we pass you back to the panel.
Yes, thank you very much, Jordy Pixel and Fog. And for everybody in the arena right now, keep in mind right now, Vici Gaming, or rather after they've taken maybe a couple minutes, they will do a signing session, from what I have been told. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Here to discuss game number 2 and wrap up the day after that as well. That game, we said from the start, Keen Gaming, they need to be ahead past 10 minutes. They need to be 2-3K gold, Grant, as what you said. It just didn't happen. They didn't play fast enough.
They weren't. The sniper was the most farmed in the game from like 15 minutes onward, which is very strange, especially when you have a Razor on your own team. That he's just out farming everyone with, I mean, you have Shrapnel, but that's not as good as Razor. And I mean, Ori just played like, he only died once at the very end. They're giving his 9 streak away. And Fade played like he might be the best Dota player in the world right now, this whole series.
Anything to add to that, Kyle?
I think that's pretty... They owned. I didn't feel like Keen had a chance in the series. I didn't think this was... I didn't think Vici outmatched them like this, but they made it look easy.
Well, I think the biggest thing, too, coming out of today is, out of the loser bracket teams that are in it, like Vici Gaming, they looked like very good against Keen, who I think was the strongest opponent people had. Like Liquid looked good versus Pain and stuff and whatnot, but I think Vici Gaming is the scariest team in the lower bracket, even though VP's down there.
Yeah, and I'm surprised as well that Keen was valuing pick over side. Nox sent me some stats. You've got Keen with the 3rd most Radiant games played, Vici with the 4th. And they just give away Radiant is the best side. It's got like a 6% win rate advantage in pro games. Why are you taking pick? Why are you giving away last pick? It didn't seem like it had a huge impact on the way the drafts progressed.
Yeah, it always felt like they wanted... I don't know. I'm with you.
I don't know.
They just felt like they were outdrafted and outmanned this whole time.
Yeah, do you think that the side on pick would have made a difference in this result?
I think it changes the game because, as he says, Radiant's just so much easier to play around. It's easier for your middle player for the most part.
You have a Drow strat. Yeah. Wouldn't you rather have a Drow strat on the Radiant side where Roche becomes easier?
Well, from what I saw in this game, I'm a big Wind Ranger fan, but I am also a big Old 11 fan. He is the playmaker for King Gaming. He can set tempos high, but don't give him Wind Ranger. That's not his hero. Yeah. Just give him something that he can play more aggressive on. And we said it right after the draft. Everybody on the side of King Gaming looked very squish, and that's kind of what proved it.
They got exposed. Like that last, they're pushing bottom. Vici Gaming, they're like 5-6K ahead. They walk into the base, drop wards. Yang is tanking the tower to push it faster. Blinks forward, Drow's dead.
Yeah.
They kill Witch Doctor as well, racks down, game over. Keen just, I'd say caught with their pants down there, but really this whole game, this whole series, they seemed outmatched, like not really aware of what Vici was looking to do, not recognize the win conditions. Like going back to game 1, how do you put Underlord against...
Well, you know what? Maybe the speech that we saw RTK give Vici Gaming in the break, maybe that was what Vici Gaming needed to be even stronger than they were before. But we're going to find out what RTK had to say about this series because he's on stage right now with Helen.
Hello, Helen here with RTK coach from Vici Gaming. Congratulations. 恭喜老队，你们又挺进了下一轮，虽然是淘汰了一支中国队伍，对不对？我想问一下，因为 KG 跟你们也是老熟人了，在国内肯定训练也很多。对于这样一个他了解你，你也了解他的队伍，你是怎么打他们的呢？
一个比如说在 BP 上，因为我们大家都很了解，其实我们选什么，他们应该也知道。然后他们选什么，他们想玩什么选什么，其实我们也很清楚。那么在对阵比较熟悉的敌人的时候，那就只能给他设陷阱了。 就是放他一些英雄，他会选，然后你再用一些英雄去针对他来打，然后其他的就看，就是兄弟们发挥的怎么样了。
I asked them about because KG and them practice a lot. Usually when they scrim a lot, I asked him, how do you play against an opponent that you know very well and they know you very well? And he said, because they know what we want to pick and we know what they want to pick, we set up traps for them. And when they pick heroes, we pick heroes that counter them. And that's how we play against them. And the rest, I'll leave it to my brothers.
然后想问一下，因为你在对战房里面其实是非常非常有地位的，有自己的椅子。但是你出来了对战房之后，是以第三人称，就是天地视角去看的这场比赛，你会有什么样的感受呢？就是看比赛的时候。
我觉得就是当局者迷，旁观者清嘛。其实你作为就是在看比赛的人，你确实比场上要打比赛的人要看得更清楚，更知道问题到底在哪，然后这样可以帮大家及时的调整。
When asked how he views the games as a third person because he leaves the booth after drafting, he says that you do see more of the game when you're outside of it, and I'm sorry, and from that he watches the game thoroughly and talks back to the team.
一场比赛结束之后，你平时会怎么样跟队伍总结呢？
如果赢了的话，肯定要给大家给予信心的。比如说我们第一盘，其实我们大家打得非常的出色，那下来我就挨个夸了一遍，就说兄弟们打得很牛逼，继续这样，保持信心。那如果输了的话，我们就会就是回训练室，然后来研究这个录像，然后看一下输的到底在哪，就跟大家说一下，希望下次大家能记住。
I asked him about how he concludes the game after winning and losing, and he says that if you win a game, you have to give the team a pat on the back and let them know that they did well. If they lose a game, they go back to the practice room and study the replays and go from there.
非常感谢，
谢谢谢谢。
也祝VG 在下一轮的比赛当中顺顺利利。
好，谢谢谢谢。
After the interview is about right now, VG will host. There will be a signing session with VG in the venue, so don't go away too far.
现在把时间交回分析台 ，back to the panel.
Yes, thank you, Helen and ROTK. Indeed, you got to give them a pat on the back if they win. That is definitely needed here after this series. They crushed it. They were very dominant and definitely a team to look for. I think making a deep run in the lower bracket.
Bold prediction, Sheaves. The team that won the last major, still in this major, could threaten to do well at the major.
I mean, to be fair, you did think Keen had a pretty good shot at taking this. And I'm not even flaming you. It's just like when I came into this, I thought the ESL Mumbai was one of the weakest lands we've seen all year. No offense. It just was. There wasn't that many good teams. They won it. Vici Gaming won a minor and a major in a row. To compare the two, I thought was very strange. That's it.
It was a Mafia move, I agree. And I was wrong.
No.
Greg found me out.
But I think Vici Gaming, I mean, where would you put them? Would you say they're the second best team in the world behind Secret?
I think it depends on the day. I don't think we've ever had this happen in Dota. And part of why I love it as an esport in comparison to pretty much every other one is the parity.
How good people are right now.
Yeah, you can't really say that, oh, there's a 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, there's no order. There's tiers. And I think that right now you've got 4 to 8 teams based on where you rank squads like OG, like NIP, EG. They can take games off of each other, no problem. This is not a sport where there's just 1 or 2 teams that'll beat everyone, no problem. Anyone can win on any given day.
Well, if we would ask you that a month or 2 ago, you would have said it's VP and Secret all the way.
Sure, but that's before the resurgence of China.
All right.
Where all of a sudden there's now 3, 4 extra teams that can challenge for a top spot.
That's true. It's going to be very interesting to see what is going to happen.
It's so much fun.
What is going to happen?
We're first going to look at the bracket.
Oh.
We're going to see what happened today. Today we had clean 2-0 sweeps all the way. I don't think anybody is surprised by the fact that they were 2-0s, but perhaps a little bit surprised in the way they were 2-0s. Maybe Mineski VP was a little bit more close than what we thought it was going to be. That being said, I do know Arseek did an interview or a post-series sentence where he definitely was convinced that he was going to have it all the way.
And just to note real fast, and this goes back to the whole conversation about parity, it's not for the scene, Sheaves, it's for the top 8. The entire upper bracket, not just is again still in the tournament, but they all clean swept.
Yes.
We have no change. It's been the top 8 teams from groups to the playoffs, and I am not surprised. There was this really cool stat, not sure if anyone brought it up yet, but of these 8 teams looking at this upper bracket, only one change has been made since TI on any of these teams, and it was on OG, Ana coming back. In the lower half of the bracket, and this is before we see what happens to the NA teams, and not counting Chaoses, but they had only 15 players out of the 40 that were signed up at the start of the year. It's insane the stranglehold on power that these top squads have, and I don't know how to challenge them unless teams start disbanding.
Who knows? These are the DPC points right now. These top 8 teams, they do not have any reasons to disband because they are doing just fine on points here as well. We have been trying to update it as the event goes on. So we, for example, see that Keen Gaming jumped up quite a bit.
Yep. Liquid's still in it as well. I mean, just look at the top teams. The only one not there, Fnatic. They had I think it's a one-off tournament personally. I think they're an all-star team in SCA, but they have to prove that to bounce back. But then VP, Secret, Vici, EG, guess what? All favorites to take the tourney again, which is crazy. Just goes back to what you say, Kyle.
Yeah, and OG is definitely also on the way up because this is only the first major they were with their full squad with Ana back again. So I can only imagine that they will get more points also in the next major to come.
Then Maneski, that's the big one. We saw him lose today, but they could make the biggest jump, I think, in the next minor or major.
Yes.
Like, they have to.
I think a CIS team could potentially make a run, but I agree. Alliance, eHome, Chaos, specifically eHome, I think they're looking to just close on TNC. And if you're TNC Predator, my goodness.
You're scared.
You're so nervous right now. J-Storm too, let's be honest. I think they just made a roster change. Does that affect your point total?
Yes, it does.
They've actually knocked themselves out of TI, possibly. They lose 20%.
I don't think that they, well, true, but would they have made it if they didn't change at all?
Good point.
Yeah, I mean, you never know,
Goals to
right?
win, not just make it.
True.
Yeah, and
That too. By the way, the top 6 of the DPC right now, those are already statistically locked in to make it to TI, while the rest is, well, statistically, there's a chance they won't make it, but we kind of assume that they will. By the way, once again, reminding you guys that are here at the Disney's Events Arena, the signing session with VG Gaming is going on right now. You can still queue up if you are fast enough. So go for that. We are going to talk about the schedule of tomorrow because we are saying there's still 8 teams in the tournament. We're going to see all 8 tomorrow. How is this schedule exciting? And I know today, you know, was all 2-0s. This
is a tournament right here. This is what we've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
Feels like every single major, you know, we have a group stage and it's cool, it's interesting, but this is what it's about.
You got to give teams a chance to compete with these.
But they can't. This is the real Dota. This is what we've come to. This is what we appreciate as fans.
That Secret OG match is what I'm most excited for because the OG is like, I still don't know, like, I know they're really good, but how good are they after, like, the stomp they gave? But Secret's still the best in the world. I think it's really, like, OG has plans. If they don't work, Secret could stomp them. Or Secret all of a sudden is like, what's happening? That's the match, though, for sure.
It's the ultimate test for OG. It's also a rematch of the first ever major finals, where it went all the way as well. OG's first major championship.
But still, Secret's probably favorite there. I mean, I think that's. I think they're honestly #1, and then 2 through 6 are a little bit mixed up. But Secret is my #1 for sure.
Should be an exciting match regardless. Exciting matches. 4 series tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m. Now, before we let you go, we are here for a reason. A big reason is you guys at home, but a maybe even bigger reason is the sponsors that allow us to do this. So I'm going to tell you why we are here, how we are here, and who to thank for being here. And my first big thanks goes to the AMD team for making this event possible. SAP is also amazing. And just like the pros of the MDL Disneyland Paris Major, the best way to stay comfortable throughout the most intense matches is with the award-winning Secret Lab gaming chairs and enjoy fully customizable support for the most incredible sitting experience today, which I must say, I think it's a shame that we got relegated out of those seats. But, you know, we'll take one for the team.
We have to.
And, of course, also thanks to for supporting us.
C.
Developed for awesomeness. And the audio is brought to you by Sennheiser Gaming, engineering professional audio equipment for gamers worldwide. And the MDL Disneyland Paris Major is brought to you in part by HyperX. And HyperX is because whatever you play, however you play, we're all gamers. We're all Dota2 gamers, more specifically. And we hope that you join us tomorrow again for some more Dota2 being played here at the MDL Disneyland Paris Major.
Get a little damage. Meanwhile, mid lane, look at that. Limbs TA. His legendary Templar Assassin was up on me, but so many heroes are here from PSG LGD. They were not that far away. They're going to try and burst down FY, but he's being healed up on the Decrep fight, and the drain coming out from the Pugna is going to be able to keep him alive. Miracle's laying him away. He has 14 seconds until reincarnation is back up. That's not going to be long enough. It looks like he will fall here. Once in that Grimstroke as well. Miracle in his second life is already gone. The BKB is going to wear out eventually for the TA. He's currently doomed up in the back line. X-Nova controlling 3-4-3 as well. Monkeys Forever is only alive because the Primal Split is just not being dealt with right now. 3-4-3 does actually manage to kill the Grimstroke. Drop the gem, but that's it. GG.
I can't think of a moment where it did.
Doom on him with the BKB, he just turns and starts right-clicking some of these heroes. Lem's gonna be pulled back into his Doom, as Doom himself gets caught inside the Sprout, trying to make his way back in the fountain, where maybe is currently residing in Complexity. Don't want to want that. A difference in laning phase doesn't matter. We're gonna have the same result. Gonna head to this mid lane where there's gonna be some action in our first blood. No one manages to maybe able to get a really good Meteor Hammer with the Global Silence also going off. The Oracle can't save himself. They're gonna focus on the fight position first and deal with the Ancient Apparition afterwards. He throws out the Ice Blast, but he's silenced and won't be able to do too much. But Ranty is still the harder carry here and can run down these heroes. With this, Scotty just rips apart the Morphling and Mineski. They see the writing on the wall. They call it here. GG. Virtus Pro. The mid
Real quickly as the Fissure's going to come in.
You're going to be your first blood unless the Ferret Fire. No chance. The last shot from no one. And they see they want to go for the damage dealer in the back line. Immediately go for the silence on Moon as well as KP. Go for KP first. He does have the Gold Sensor, so instead they turn for Moon. Take apart that Drow Ranger. Leave KP for second, which they easily get. Jid is now out of mana here. The Ember Spirit until he pops a one. Has plenty of mana to work with. That's why he's going to use it all to try and throw off no one, but doesn't have enough. No one with the magic resistance. Now the Reaper side comes back and plays, but he doesn't want to beat one. Now he's going to regen out. Ranger Potato jumps in, but he's dead. Song of Siren. They have the Static Storm on the two of them here. The Drow Rangers are not going to be able to get out of this one. Now he's going to be forced into a buyback, but the Ember Spirit's going to die as well. Another buyback flowing in. Mineski, that again is additionally. Two heroes grouped up. There's a third kind of on the edges there. They are going to be able to get the Static Storm Reaper side combo that cuts the Ember Spirit down for 140 seconds. And that's just it right there. You don't have any of your cores left. Mineski just gonna watch buildings die and call GG. Give him the good luck further because.
Towards Mind Control though instead with a blink forward and a block off. Leo's doing his best to get this kill and he'll get it. First blood. Pop the look from the Timber, but Timber will be able to push back the anti-mage with the silence. The E-Blade on himself again, making sure that Matsu can't hit him. Matsu's dead. They'll try for more. The Oracle jumps in, attempting with the echo, but the epicenter's already out. They're melting on Pain Gaming. They've lost the Oracle, they've lost Adriana, they've lost 4-4-4. There'll be a buyback of the Oracle, but Leo's in trouble. He cannot TP out. The damage is too much. Pain Gaming, they've lost 4 lives. Pain Gaming, they've lost 4 lives. The damage is too much for the Drow. GG is called, and Liquid will take this game 1. Turning gets a kill to response, but the point shield is up once more. He walks back in. He's no damage at all to anybody. Mind Control does get separated from the rest of the team, and they'll look towards him. A Miracle slides in, nukes down the Shaman, turns towards Lelis. There'll be a buyback coming out from the Oracors who try and return to the fight. They have managed to get Kura on the back lines. 4-4-4 tries to keep his eyes onto Miracle for the second one down. A third one as well. Triple kill for Miracle. They're losing heroes left, right, center. They have the back kill on Mind Control. Can they get anything more? Leo fight back, but they're onto the ancient Liquid Pain Gaming. Can they really push back Liquid? Miracle just popping the BKB, putting a lot of pressure on their anti-mage Leo.
Bottom lane though, Keen Gaming.
The silence, but Paparazzi's got the Wukong's command down. BKB popped by Ori. BKB from Yi trying to get on top of the sniper. Will be able to keep the static link going. They'll look towards Yang. Yang uses himself up. Old Chicken's still alive. They'll kill him off. Paparazzi triple kill. The Wukong's command continues to do work, but he'll finally fall. Keen Gaming, they get the Monkey King. They'll look towards Ori. Ori standing his ground, sniping down Kaka. Looks towards Yi, but Ori's gone. 3-man burst strike from Yang. Is there any follow-up? He's got the sandstorm, but they've got the detection. Keen Gaming
looking to invade.
Oh, the balance onto the two of them. Paparazzi, BKB, and the Wukong's command is out. They will TP over to the shrine. They'll look to get the squishy first onto DY. Kaka getting punched down, able to roll away. DY is still alive for now. There's the Hex play coming out from Fade, locking down on 11. He's still running with the Crimson Guard. He's trying to get out, but the balance strike finishes him. Keen Gaming, 3 dead. Still, I'll call it, there it is. GG well played is called, and BG Gaming take this game 1. And pretty darn convincingly as well.
It went pretty even, but overall, game plan looked pretty solid. They got the lanes they wanted, and they were ahead the entire game.
Find out, they've got the 2-man. Oh, Fade just loving life there with the Soulbind Shackles combination. As they'll surely get both Stampede Juice to help chase down Kaka. The Doom is dead. And Old 11, what's he doing?
He's trying to going for Ori.
Going to follow up the Crimson Guard pop. Kaka's just trying to walk into the midst of it all with the Blade Mail. Fade falling low, but they've lost Old 11. The Wind Ranger's dead. Kaka's gone as well. Old Chicken pops the BKB, tries to go for the silence, but he's doing it. It was entirely Vici Gaming's control.
I mean, Fade just ran around and